What you just saw there was a photo shoot from a movie that came out in 2009, Angels and Demons, with Tom Hanks. It was shot there at the facility of CERN, there in Switzerland. And what I want to establish here is, most of you probably know this, but for those who are going to see my work for the first time, I want to establish a couple of quick things before we move on into this video. First, we're going to address CERN and what the Director of Research in Scientific Computing there, Sergio Bertolucci, says in his own words. And it's very important what he says. The Large Hadron Collider could open a doorway to an extra dimension, and out of this door might come something, or we might send something through. So there you have it in his own words. It is no accident that Angels and Demons was done at a photo shoot here at this facility, because that's what's going on. Is they are trying to communicate with angels and demons, things that Solomon knew, things that have been in the past that were destroyed, and that they are trying to build back this technology and bring it back that was destroyed in the days of Noah of old. The other company I'm going to talk about now, and I'm going to play the quote, is D-Wave, and what it's about, and in their own words telling you again what they're trying to do. I'll play the clip now from one of the founders.
So you may have heard this word quantum computing. It's often, people have the misconception that it's some kind of newfangled supercomputer. It's decidedly not that. Quantum computers allow us to access hidden features of nature, new dimensions, and if we can access these sort of hidden dimensions at scale, we could have unimaginable computing power.
So there you have it. Two companies that are backed with billions and billions of dollars, D-Wave and CERN, both attempting to delve into dimensions, the hidden realms around us, things that are put in place for a reason, for safety, our safety, humanity's safety. Next, I'm going to play a clip that is a behind-the-scenes clip of Angels and Demons from the director himself, Ron Howard. And listen very carefully to what he says. And then I'm going to connect a dot to show you what they're attempting to do is nothing new. It's been tried many, many times. And I will connect the dots for you on that. Enjoy this clip. I'll be right back.
For centuries, science has been trying to understand on a literal basis so many aspects of our world, including the moment of creation.
Take your places, people.
Atlas and CMS.
Currently at CERN, particle physicists are conducting experiments hoping to recreate the Big Bang. They're hoping to understand how our universe came into being.
So you heard it from his own mouth, Ron Howard, the director. What CERN is attempting to do is to learn the universal language of creation. They're trying to back engineer how we were created and try to understand that. Instead of turning to a creator or a God, they believe in the Big Bang. So what I'm going to show you now is a video put out by CERN. And everybody's seen this that has followed the conspiracy behind CERN. We are happy at CERN. But I want to show you something that nobody has touched on, that I know of. And even myself. During this video they were putting out, they were dancing, it's been decoded, all of that. But also in the middle of this video there's a gentleman who is holding a sign, and I'm going to show it here, Bond 1 and Mandela. Now, whether you believe in the Mandela effect or if you even know what that is, there's plenty of things out there on the internet about Mandela effect. But what I want to state to you here is, even myself, the Bond 1, I was looking for the James Bond connection. The first one, the movie James Bond. The first one is Casino Royale with Barry Nelson, thus the last name Nelson Mandela. But it goes deeper than that. To throw you off here, here's the connection. Bond 1, the first Bond, and what the James Bond movies are based on, is none other than John Dee. That's right, the advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. He was a mathematician, astronomer, astrologer, occult philosopher. He dove into alchemy, divination, Hermetic philosophy. Also very interesting, this is why I'm saying this is the connection. In his last 30 years of his life, he was attempting to commune with the angels in order to learn universal language of creation and bring about the pre-apocalyptic unity of mankind. In other words, just like the study of Shiva, when you dive into the deity of Shiva, where the serpent is eating itself, snake eating itself, the same thing is going on. Bring about destruction of mankind and start over. Bring about another Big Bang destruction and start over. It's all the same thing, just told different ways, is what they believe in. This is what's going on at CERN and D-Wave. For those who have seen Lucifer Through the Looking Glass, my project, Alice is a code word for Lucifer. Notice that one of the detectors is called Alice of CERN. So it's no accident. So you start connecting more and more dots of what is really going on. John Dee was the first James Bond. One of the reasons he came up with the idea of 007 is, of course, you've heard the story of John Dee signing the letters, the important information to Queen Elizabeth I, 007. And for centuries, I guess people have assumed that that's the 00 and a 7. But back in the day, nobility and royalty, especially Queen Elizabeth I, they used to wear lorgnettes. And those are eyeglasses with a handle, which is 00 and then the handle meaning 7. And what that was stating was when John Dee would sign that on the paperwork that was sent in the communications, it was for her eyes only, for the Queen, for her eyes only. And even James Bond movie, there's a James Bond movie for your eyes only. So that's what it was. It wasn't necessarily a 7. It was 00 and then the lorgnette emblem. So that's what that means, and there's other things that are associated with that play into that. From Facebook, you've got, it looks like 2 balls and a cane, 2-ball cane, which comes from that. The Facebook, which we all know, they're spying on us. They use Facebook. We freely give information to Facebook when we open it up. That's why they call it a profile. It's a profile on you, and you share what you eat, everything. There's no telling what people share on Facebook. I just share information. I don't share my personal information on there. But anyway, Facebook used as spying, which also James Bond, spying, the connection. James Bond is a spy for the Queen of Great Britain. It's all connected, all symbolism mixed with reality that is going on now in the 2017. So you see the connections there. Also in Freemasonry, the first reference to 2-ball cane in Freemasonry is found in the Legend of the Craft, where he's called the founder of Smithcraft. Tubal Cain was a master of forging weapons, in which 33rd degree Freemasonry and Master Rosicrucian Manly P. Hall, this is what he says, this is about him and his weapons. The Mason must follow in the footsteps of his forefather Tubal Cain, who with the mighty strength of the war god hammer his sword into a plowshare. Tubal Cain is the password given in the 3rd degree of Blue Lodge of Master Mason. So, I mean, it's all through Masonry. We know NASA is covered with Freemasons. We shouldn't believe anything they're telling you, because it's all illusion. leading you astray to believe in aliens, whatever you want to say. That's a whole nother video. In the Bible, this is, Tubal-Cain is described in the Bible under Isaiah 2:4. He will judge between the nations and will settle disputes for many peoples. They will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation will not take up sword against nation, nor will they train for war anymore. And also in Joel 3:10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weakly say, I am strong. For these reasons, Tubal-Cain has been consecrated among Masons of the present day as an ancient brother. His introduction of the arts of civilization having given the first value to property. Tubal-Cain has been considered among Masons as a symbol of worldly possessions. Let me repeat that. Tubal-Cain has been considered among Masons as a symbol of worldly possessions. So what that is telling you right there, for all you Masons out there that claim you're Christians, here's what Christ says about worldly possessions. Matthew 6:19-21. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through or nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So there you have it. Freemasonry disguised as some kind of Christianity. And they're really a brotherhood that secretly communicate amongst themselves to protect the brotherhood, per se.
Me and Joe were talking about the legal system. See, I'm suing the guy that ripped me off for this stuff.
Joe, do you have any experience in a court of law?
1987, Joe Gorelli is arrested on a drunk and disorderly. Case dismissed. 1989, again, drunk and disorderly. Case dismissed. Besides, Jimmy's case is in the bags. We know something that the other side doesn't. That all federal, state, and local judges are members of a certain obscure sect of the Freemasons.
Now, hold on. Our strategy is that all judges are Masons?
Well, there's more to it than that.
Like what?
Well, there's a secret Masonic word which, when uttered, obligates judges to rule in your favor.
Wait a minute. You're basing my whole case on some silly secret word?
Mr. James.
Come on, Joe, give it up.
Tubal-Cain.
Tubal-Cain?
Sorry.
Those were some clips from a TV show back in the 90s called News Radio. And yes, I agree that if you go to court and you mention Tubal-Cain that you're going to get off. No, I do not. But what it is showing you, and kind of mocking us that we don't know this, but there is an unwritten language that is going on between the brotherhood that has been passed down for centuries and centuries. That where John Dee left off and his discoveries, things that he was working on, that it has been passed on. It's still continuing today under other names, alchemy and those things like that. They were mixing magic, science, and religion all together. It was just a melting pot. I also find it very interesting that a very famous Arthur C. Clarke, a science fiction writer, has a great quote. It says, any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. And when you start researching and connecting the dots of what's going on with NASA, technology, the magic and of the Illuminati and music behind the Illuminati, the frequencies and tones, they are the builders, and nothing has changed. All it is has been repackaged under new names for our day and time.
We're ready.
Hell yeah. Been looking forward to this.
Modulating frequencies now.
It's time. Let's light it up.
Are you ready, Neville? Pre-check.
Check.
Check. Okay, Neville.
In T-minus 3, 2, 1. Ready to launch. Hit the button.
Here we go.
It's working! It's working!
Nationwide 5G is live.
Yeah! And we're just getting started.
Wait until they see what's next. Soon, my friend. Very soon.
I mean, right here off the bat, the abyss opening up, the CERN symbolism. He actually calls the opening Enoch. What you're seeing here is the communications that people will think they're communicating with good angels, and it's the bad angels. But anyway, we'll move on. That's the symbolism of CERN opening a doorway, calls it Enoch. It is a reference to the Enochian language of the angels that were not good angels. They led people astray. Magic. So let's move on. Now watch this next part. I've got it paused. And look what happens when they connect. Once this person is uploaded to the quantum computer, one hive mind, one network, everything that I've been shown, these people that put these movies together, they know exactly what's going on and they know what's coming, and they're mocking us, knowing that we can't see it. Did you see that? A cross comes out. I'll do it again. Boom. The cross comes out. Because it can't, the cross, the grace of Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, cannot dwell in that host body anymore. You've made a choice to try to live forever another way, this technology in the future. So this trailer, let's go on a little bit further with the trailer. So you'll see all throughout the trailer right here, the hexagon, which is 2D. If you do the three-dimensional, it's the cube. Cube worship, Saturn worship, Satan worship. It's all the same. It's all connected in the alert there. So you see that all through the trailer. So now you see a group of them dancing the magician and behind the table, or the symbolism of the Antichrist behind the pulpit magician above them. And listen to what is said next. It is totally from the Garden of Eden of a lie, that you surely won't die, don't fear it. Now listen to this statement.
I will connect you all. Do not fear it.
Connect you all, do not fear it. Partaking of the wrong knowledge. That is, it's just a repeat of what's going to happen in the future. Now watch man reaching out his hand, trying to live another way, immortal, another way. The symbolism here, look right here in the trailer, and you're going to say, I'm going to show you the staircase ascending of the Freemasonic staircase, trying to Tower of Babel. It's all symbolism, trying to ascend, Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin. It's all there. I mean, and I've showed you the secret for years and years of transhumanism, where they're headed, and the Illuminati. You see all these people doing YouTube of the Illuminati eye and what it stands for, the one eye symbolism on the back of the dollar bill. They're building a temple the wrong way. They're trying to build the Mark of the Beast temples to be controlled, the one eye. Now watch this. Right here, the secret is revealed right to you, right in front of you. Watch very closely. Boom, one eye. There it is, folks. A transhuman vessel, a host that the Holy Spirit can't dwell in. Only demonic can dwell in it. And it's going to be a living hell. And the prophecy in Revelation is men are going to want to die, and they cannot. And this is one of the reasons why they've downloaded their consciousness, their souls, into transhuman vessels. Cannot die.
How do you convince the other parents out there that we need to do this?
Careful, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
If that helps at all, but I'll tell you, my wife is not going to immunize her kids. Because I've got 4 of them, and when I go home, I'm not Dr. Oz, I'm Mr. Oz. And my wife is not going to immunize her kids. My wife is not going to immunize her kids. My wife is not going to immunize her kids. Because I've got 4 of them, and when I go home, I'm not Dr. Oz, I'm Mr. Oz.
We trusted the scientists back in 1976 with the original swine flu shot, and a lot of people got sick. Right. Not only that, some people died, some people were paralyzed. From the shot itself. And people remember the swine flu vaccine as a terrible disaster.
But this is one time. Forget the conspiracy. Listen to our government agencies. These guys are telling the truth. You know, there's no conspiracy here, folks. Just get your damn vaccine. Just get your damn vaccine.
At this point of the show, the host would do something fun and spontaneous to show how we're all just ordinary people, like ordering pizza for everyone.
But since we already get food at the Globes, we thought we'd mix it up and try something new. So roll up your sleeves, Hollywood, because you're all getting flu shots! You know you wore a sleeveless gown for a reason. Hey, shot.
The nail on the head. This is going to be a public relations, trust your government and your health officials public campaign. Mark my word, you and I are going to be talking about this a lot between now and fall.
Me, look on the CDC website as to what is in the swine flu vaccine. You know, aluminum, insect repellent, formaldehyde, mercury. Aluminum, insect repellent, formaldehyde, mercury.
Tell parents about getting their kids vaccinated.
Measles. I'm the measles.
Measles.
Tell parents about vaccinations.
They have to get the shot. The vaccinations are so important. This is really going around now. They have to get their shots.